This could be a very quiet.
So, Geezer, what do you think of Gantry Lane then, where the house is?
Yeah, beautiful house. It's going to make somebody very happy. Just wouldn't mind winning it myself, but like, you can't have any of those special draws.
Can you actually win it?
They're telling me I can buy tickets, but I can't win it. So, I'll put your name on it, Stevie.
You put my name on it, yeah. You're not getting half of it though. Definitely not. Yes, what a prize for anyone. To live potentially mortgage free would be a nice wee start in life for anyone at all, but even for
the cash, 200,000 come in handy.
Oh, you can take the cash option as well, can you?
Yeah, 200,000, tax free. So.
Yeah, well, that's a nice option too, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you be going for?
Oh, I'd go for the house.
You've enough cash?
That's it.
Huh?
With all the money I'm getting,
well, the money that you made in the All Ireland alone, like just in that couple of weeks.
We always have to be very careful, just in case people actually believe what we say here. So that they...
Yeah. No, well, I know we're driving down towards B&Q. It's definitely located well, so it is, and
that's a good price. No, it's whether you take the cash or the rent or live in it, it's a top price now for £20.
It'd be a nice decision to make for anyone, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Rent would probably get about 850 a month, would it? Around there, maybe a wee bit more.
Probably.
Yeah, so nice decision to have. You're not going to have that decision, Geezer. I might. I bought a few tickets, so hopefully I'll get that decision.
You get it. Well done in the league too.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've won it?
First time I won it, yeah. It's hard to believe, 139 years of the club being in existence, and we only win one league title. So, but it was nice. Good crop of players that earned it the hard way. We were down to 17, 18 players in some games, so you know we had to work hard for it and fight hard for it. But it was good, nice to get across the line. But as you know, it's all about championship.
No pressure for the championship.
Any tips for me?
Yeah, if you lose, everybody doesn't like you too much. That's about the only tip that I know about it.
There's a few around our club don't like me too much anyway, so that'll not make much of a difference.
I would say he's have a good squad. Been lucky enough to have a good few of the players now over the last few years.
Yeah.
So there's some of the nicest talent coming through. Young Garrett's there's some player like Conor McGeeney and Kieran, and obviously one of the elder statesmen, but he's a lot in there. So.
Yeah, we're lucky, and probably a good age profile too, but listen, you have to earn it, as you know yourself. You have to put the work in. The boys have done that so far, but there is a step up from league to championship, so we'll go for it and see what happens.
So the next step then is inter-county management, is this?
No, I know I followed your footsteps in a lot of things that you've done in your career, Geezer, but I certainly will be staying well clear of the inter-county game. It's not for me.
It's a nice place to be. Maybe you'd love it.
No, I don't think. Not with the way the game's gone. Not with the way the equipment levels are. It's nice to have a life outside of football as well, and I'm sure you probably have a perfect balance now because you're well used to it. But I just couldn't see any way of doing it and committing to it at the minute.
I don't know if you're balance. You just normally lucky enough that people around you just let you do it. So it's hard to keep everything going with your
yeah, so you don't have to be worrying about me knocking on your door anytime soon. That's for sure. There's enough people around this county who was looking to knock that door for a while, wasn't there?
Yeah. As you said, it's not for everybody, but there'll be plenty. There's some great coaches coming through as well, and coaches in other counties, and there'll never be any shortage of it.
No. Any AC in this? Nothing at all.
I was told to keep it down, so
I know you're meeting Jay later on, Geezer. One of the questions I was looking at there that he's going to be asking you is, do you remember much about your inter-county debut? How long ago was that, Geezer?
Well, all the grey hair should tell you. It's a long time ago. It's nearly 40 years. Was it? It was 89. I think it was September 89, because back then, like we had the league before Christmas and the league after. And I think it was just shortly after the All Ireland we played Meath in the challenge game. I think it was Martin O'Connell, and then the first official thing was coming on against Donegal up in Ballybuffet. I ran into Rambo. You remember him? Played for Donegal centre back.
He's not the guy who managed Fermanagh, is he?
I don't know. We didn't know, but he just so Martin O'Connell and him, like one of the first two people I ran into. So I learned the difference between a man and a boy in those two games.
Funny enough, your first two games were my first two games as well. I played against Meath in the challenge game. If you remember, Bram McGeeney would have taken us up to Navan, and the first guy who marked me was Cormac Murphy. Cormac, like the dark arts, a wee bit like yourself, you know. The first ball studs down the back of the calf. Welcome to county football, and then I made my debut as well against Donegal in the National League. So
I think you'll find that you get sent off a lot more than I did.
I did not get sent off too often. I get sent off once or twice, but not too often.
Exactly, a lot more than me.
Aye, but that's because you 30 defenders were doing it and we were responding to it.
I used to sort of say, like, you know, you have the forwards in there for getting all the glory and the defenders in there for all the football.
Yeah, and the forwards deserve a wee bit more protection from the referees, and the referees should know better than...
We're not going to be down this line because you know you're going to lose.
No, geezer.
Poor end is still sort of has nightmares about you thumping him in the back of the head of training.
Hang on a second. And deserved every bit of it, as you know.
Anyway, going back to your original question. Yeah, it's almost, what do you call it? Is it 40 years now? Like 2026, yeah. So I was 17, still at school. But it was 1989. Long time ago, and then our third game, I think, was against, our second game was against, in the league was against Kerry. We went down, stayed in the Danny Man Hotel, remember it as well. Like, so a lot has changed in that time.
Yeah.
My bright orange tracksuit sitting on the bench.
Do you remember the big all-in-one suits that we used to wear?
Yeah, the baby grows.
Do you remember them? Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with your memory, geezer, after 40 years anyway.
No, I remember. Unfortunately, well, that year wasn't too bad. We actually got the Ulster final that year. We got beat by Donegal. We lost Martin McQuillan just the week before. I actually ran into him at training. Like, Martin was having a blinder that year. Like, and we lost.
I think I heard that on the podcast you done recently, didn't you?
So it was unfortunate. And now it's funny. Like, that particular year, we got. I don't think Hayden's father, Hayden Falker's father, was there, but you definitely had Martin McQuillan and you had Jim McConville. So you know you're getting old when you're starting to manage people that the sons that you used to play with. So.
And was Hayden's father playing with you?
Hayden's father would play for Armagh
Is that
for
right?
a while, yeah, at the beginning.
Right, I didn't know that now.
Yeah, he was part of the Armagh panel for a time. So there's a good few of them probably.
Yeah.
Over the years that played some sort of role, like, but yeah, definitely making me feel old now. So.
Yeah, I was chatting to Martin on Friday night actually. I met him at a game, one of the junior championship games, so he's still a fresh man.
Yeah, he probably still beat most of us in the running. He was
Yeah.
some athlete now.
Yeah.
We've got Sir Charlotte's the other one. Charlotte, obviously Charlie Oak. Yeah, like none of the boys that like to admit it, but their sons are all better footballers. Like.
What would your son?
Yeah, well, either Kieran's playing for Carpool now, and the eyes with probably McDonnell, but like both of them now, like enjoy it, whether they're going to stay at it or I don't know. Sometimes you wonder why you nearly want them to. The sort of abuse that you get.
Yeah, I think Kieran might have played against my own son last year. Was he under 16 last year?
Yeah, he was.
Yes,
He's 17 this year now, so he enjoys it. I think there's a lot of other interest too. So, but no, he loves playing.
Listen, they have to have different interests at that age, don't they?
Yeah. So is your boy as good as you?
Hopefully, I like to think he's better. He's definitely stronger than what I was at that age.
He's bound to be quicker. He has to be quicker. He can't be that slow.
No, geezer. I always said to you, we'll never let you believe that you did beat me in them races. And in a straight line, you know, maybe 20 years on, I'll say, yes, you did beat me. But you could never, ever beat me to the ball.
Well, I didn't go into those cornerback positions.
No. Funny enough, you're afraid to.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. So come on, you have them better questions than that.
Better questions than that.
It's bad enough that people.
I'm not the one asking the questions here.
People believe that what do you call it? Like you were a fast corner forward, like, and I don't want to break that.
I thought faster than most corner forwards.
I'll give you that much.
Is that fair enough? I actually would never say to anyone that I was a fast corner forward. I'd only say it to you. never made you believe that you beat me in those races. Even though now I'll say it right, you did. Straight lines, diagonal running,
it was funny.
zigzag running. You were never getting there.
All our forwards had that sort of memory loss.
Memory loss.
Paddy McKeever and Ashton McConnell. The only one that could remember rightly was the one that was winning them all, and that was Marsden.
How would we not have memory losses? The amount of elbows and punches to the head we were getting on a nightly basis.
Well, as I said, I wasn't in there that far back. I was more sort of your attacking halfback.
What? An attacking halfback? Geezer.
Well, we'll call it that.
I made me and Clarkey and Diarmuid and Oisin, boys like us, we made your big long bad passes look good.
See what I mean by your memory? Like?
No, that was a good thing about you guys. We knew when to run because the ball was certainly coming. And I suppose when you look back at the game then compared to now, there is a difference. And I love the game now how it's played, so I do. I love the new rule changes, but I also love thinking back to 20 years ago. Yes, there was a lot of balls kicked away and all, but when the ball got to a certain area of the field, it was delivered. And from my point of view as an inside forward, you know, that was rewarding to know that, right, as soon as I make my move, there's something coming here. And it might not have always been the perfect ball, but if you're prepared to fight for it, you have a chance.
Yeah, it's just a different game. Like, I always sort of find it hard to argue that, because when you look at it compared to the modern games, like, even despite everybody thinking of it turning into a bad game, like, it doesn't look the same. It's never as good, but that doesn't mean to say the players back then, if they were, you know, around now, they wouldn't be playing the same way and style. Like, it's just like the game evolves. Like, you can only judge a game on its merits back then. But the thing is now, you know, going against myself here, but defenders are just better players now. Like, you know, you're not going to get those types of balls delivered in like the same way. Like, they're better cutting it off. They're better to know how to place themselves. So you will get some, and then like they're blocked out by others. But I think that's the best thing about the modern game. Like, players tend to play a lot smarter. The game itself is much different in that regard. New rules help bring back that wee bit of chance to it, but you know, which makes it exciting for supporters, which is the main thing. Because the game evolves, and the only thing is we tend to be very good at what do you call it, giving out about it sometimes. But
yeah,
I think the one thing the new rules has done is make everybody talk positively about it, which is great. Because I do think it's a great game. Whether it's the old rules or the new rules, or it's...
Yeah, the one thing that you did mention there was the defenders are probably better now. What I like is, you know, even defenders playing in the full back line are taking more of a risk. They're pressing up and they're getting more scores as well. And a lot of the time, players playing in the full back line are scoring more than the attackers.
Yeah, but that's, most of them play outfield for their clubs. Yeah. Like, if you look at Falker for us, like, he played a lot of his football up front. Barry usually plays in the half back line, even though like you can tag somebody. Like, Paddy would probably be the only outlet marker. Like, you know, Ross McQuillan, Charlie O, Joey Mack, like all of them, like they're all very good scores. But the same in every county. Like you look this year, Gavin White, Big, like all of those. They're, you know, you look at McHugh, Hogan, you know, all of them. Cole, like you've footballers all over the pitch now, which I think is great. You know, everybody can score from anywhere. It's not just like the inside line that everybody's talking about. You have to mark everybody. Yes, you get exceptional players like the likes of Clifford and fellas like that there that like are always going to be hard to mark. But now just everybody can attack, and I think it's a better game because of that.
Yeah, there's a good spread of scores across most teams now, which is good to see.
Now you don't have the forwards have to defend anymore, so they never could, like, so.
Defend like me. I remember one skeezer dragging back to the half back line and intercepting. What do you call it? The Dublin player played in the final with you.
Gazy?
No,
Jason
Sannon, yeah. Took it off him one time back there.
It's a good job you remember.
Got straight back up the field.
Straight back up. Time it happened. So no. So we've taken that poor thing away from all the youth, good players that don't have to defend anymore. So
it's a pity the new rules weren't around in my day then. Is that right?
I think they actually were. I think you already knew about them before they came in.
What would the scoring records be nowadays with the 2-pointers back? What we were doing?
I don't know whether we would have too many 2-pointers, would we? Even the length of the kicks.
Well, you would definitely fancy Cahill would be fit for it.
John
McGrane, John McEntee.
But you wouldn't have went for them. Like, it would have been very rare. Whereas now, I think that's one good thing about the 3-pointers, that you're going to have more people. A bit like the 3-pointers in basketball, you have more people practice it and do it, which will push the defenders out. Wouldn't be a big fan of the freeze one, but again, like, it definitely makes the scoreline appear more.
Oh, absolutely. And what do you make now of the possibility of the goals going to 4-pointers?
I don't know if it's needed, because of the 2-pointers, like, you're stepping out, because there's such a danger, and you're stepping out to try and block those on, and by doing that, you're creating chances for goals anyway. So like, it wasn't as if there was a shortage of goals this year that everybody decided not to go for them. I think if you make them 4-pointers, or if you make them rare, people will sit back and defend maybe a wee bit more resolutely, because it's worth so much.
Yeah.
And you won't get those goals with excitement of that. I think there's a good balance. As I said, the only thing I would sort of say, maybe free kicks, and especially during the league, those free kicks become even more sort of relevant, because like, you rely a lot on the weather. Like, if the winds at your back are stronger at your back than it was in the first half, it makes a big difference, especially in freeze, because obviously nobody's tackling you. But I think the balance is okay that way. I suppose just at the minute there's not really that much defence in the game, but I think things will settle down, though there may be new rules afoot, so we'll wait and see what happens there.
Listen, I like them as they are. There's one or two tweaks, so I'd like to maybe see, but out of the new rules that are implemented, which one do you think worked best for Armagh, and which one do you prefer out of them all?
I think the one rule that worked best for everybody is the tap and go.
Yeah, brilliant rule.
There was systematic filing, and that was just to slow teams down so they could get back to it, like every team was doing in it. And then again in football, probably more so than hurling, people were sort of making more of a tackle than it needed to be, like, to slow the play down, and it was working both ways. So now, like, if you try and slow the game down, you miss like the momentum that you have of getting the ball up quickly, and I just think it's taken away a lot of the bad aspects of the game on its own. I think nearly hitting its own would have made a bigger difference along with the 2-pointers. So I'd say that's probably the one that I like most, and I think it's one that adds most to the game in terms of keeps it very free flowing.
Yeah, I think the general consensus is that is most people's favourite rule change. I know from our point of view at the club, I love to see players just get up back on their feet immediately and go at teams, and it restarts the game and makes it a lot faster anyway, but it's a good rest.
It should have been, like, it was raised a long time ago, and there was a big pushback from some of the players. It was Dessie Farrell actually took it. Something similar happened in hockey, and he liked the idea of it, but at that time people weren't ready for the change, so they pushed back, and so I was delighted to see that one come in.
Yeah, absolutely. Geez, we're heading in towards Armagh here. Are we going to Callan Bridge for a wee training session for a wee race, or what are we doing?
I'm just going to take you on a round trip, because I know you boys inside Armagh wouldn't get up to the north of the county too much, so I thought
you get about.
I'd show you the sites, like.
Yeah. So what about this new site that we're developing at the minute, St Malachy's?
Yeah, it's as you know, Steve, better than anybody. Like, it's badly needed. Like, when we were back playing, like, Callan Bridge was the place we trained in, and like, it was great at the time. It was the first time, like, I suppose one of the counties was pushing on for like a pitch of their own. But we're at this stage now that, like, every team uses it, so it looks okay, like, at the beginning of December. By the time you get to the end of December, beginning of January, it's just pure mud, like, especially yourself with under 21s, you know how hard it is for that age group to get it, because, like, obviously the senior footballers and the senior hurlers usually get precedent over it, like, and you were, like, you were begging for pitches off clubs and stuff, and it really isn't where you'd like to be, and like it's, you know, in fairness to a lot of clubs around the county, they've been very good to like the development squads and the academy squads over the last number of years, and I think that it's I think we got somewhere decent for everybody. The unfortunate thing for us is that like, we didn't get like, you know, access to some of the grants and stuff that were available out there at the time. It's no fault of anybody's, it's just the way where we are and everything else. So like, the amount of fundraising we have to do to get it like is quite a tall order for everybody.
Yeah.
But you know, like last year and this year again, like you know, we'll win with Armagh, we have a chance to like, you know, put a sizable hole each year, and the costings for that. And so it's a great idea, but it's badly needed. It's just so happens it comes at a big cost, but I do think it'll be great for the future of Armagh. I think it'll be great for the youth, and I know it's hard for everybody to constantly hear it, and I know they're probably sick of hearing it or me saying it, because I know I am. But you know, just as part of my role as senior manager, like, you know, I want to get behind it and push it and make sure it is. And I know everybody always thinks we'll have bought one, or you know, I bought one last year, but if the Ken's gonna dig deep and take another one, it makes a big difference. Like, you know, every year like, we're trying to raise $1 million or $2 million to get close to developing each section as we go along, and just we need everybody to dig and try and support us as much as they can, because I think it's not just something we would like. I think it's something that's needed in the county, for just not just for the now, but for the future generations. And I'm hoping that in the next few years, when it's fully developed, we'll see the benefits of it.
Yeah, that's it. So listen, every county needs a state-of-the-art development that they can call home. It's been badly missed around Armagh. You know, Callan Bridge has been long outdated. I think, you know, we have one pitch to facilitate all the teams. Has been quite difficult. I don't know how the county have managed it for so long, but definitely I've only seen the images and the video footage on social media of the Armagh and the progress that's made so far. It definitely looks an outstanding facility so far, and I would say when it is finished and finalised, it'll definitely help generations of players coming through the grades in Armagh.
Yeah, and listen, the Callan Bridge did serve its purpose. There's just like a good couple of stories about it. It used to be when you go through the gates of Callan Bridge, you could always tell that Benny was there because you could hear him from the gates. So you could, but
yeah, plenty of good stories in Callan Bridge. I always remember I always sat in the left-hand dressing room in Callan Bridge, and with myself and Andy McCann, and I was thinking about this the other day. Probably the reason why I sat beside Andy McCann was our early journeys. If you remember back in the early days when you used to have to pick me up in Clog, Chris Murphy.
yeah,
Remember he picked you up from the train station in Dundalk, and then on the way down, so it was yourself, Des Mackin and Andy McCann picked me up on the way through. So I sat beside Andy McCann probably just from knowing and through and car journeys.
yeah.
Lucky to make it to Callan Bridge a few times with Chris Murphy.
Well, Chris never rushed, that was one thing for sure. It's funny, like Andrew's one of those players that he was good at everything. Doesn't matter what he picked up, darts,
Absolutely, yeah.
snooker, and probably one of the most underrated players we had, because he was so quiet. But then again, like, he probably couldn't get a word in edgeways with you boys, so.
Listen, I was the quiet one back then. I was the shy one, remember? I was the wee kid on the new kid on the block with the wee small shy boy.
We had 4 players that were never shy. It was Benny, you, Aisling and Paddy.
Don't put me in their bracket, please. Definitely don't put me in their bracket.
So they were the ones that like definitely weren't shy. It has served its purpose, and it's well past its sell-by date. And again, like, I don't think it's anything other than like a necessity at the minute. Like even like what we're asking for at the minute, hopefully we'll have 5 or 6 pitches there. We'll have our own sort of gym and meeting rooms and things like that. But we're really only catching up with other counties. But it is important that it happens. It's just one of those things that like has probably been left in the back burner for so long, and now it's comes that like it's just badly needed. Because a lot of the younger players coming through, you can see that, you know, we should be treating them better, and like the facility should match the commitment that they're given. And I'm hoping that the clubs and everybody will get the benefit of what it is. So buy the ticket.
Buy the ticket, that's the most important thing. Get behind the county board, buy the ticket, and hopefully be with a chance to win a brand new house, or as you say, tax free 200 grand.
Yeah.
Not to be laughed at.
No, definitely not.